Have you ever wondered why men bald in a certain pattern? I mean, the name of hair loss, male hair loss, is male pattern baldness, right? So why is there this pattern? Basically, no one can really explain it, except there is one very simple explanation. And that is that the scalp is being pulled against the skull in a certain way that creates a pattern of tension. Basically, the muscles are attaching to the scalp at the back and around the sides, and you also have the blood vessels coming up through here. And what it creates is basically a tension pattern on the top. So if you look at male hair loss, right, starts at the front, goes to the temples, and it also hits the crown first, and then it just works its way back. So what we actually find in studies, or they did a study basically that looked at a computer-generated model of tension patterns across the entire scalp. And what they found is it lines up perfectly with that Nord-Hamilton scale of male pattern baldness. So the things completely overlap, they completely align. And that is basically why men get this pattern, why they get male pattern baldness. And some people also ask, like, why don't women get the same pattern? Do they not have the tension? And the answer is actually women don't have high levels of DHT like men. So to cause the baldness, you actually need the DHT and you need the tension pattern in the scalp. And this basically leads to inflammation. And then that leads to this process called fibrosis, which then basically kind of kills the hair follicle. It just causes it to miniaturize because it's like the hair's just surrounded by basically scar tissue. So what can you do about this issue, knowing that the pattern is caused by the tension, the lack of blood flow, which leads to the inflammation, which leads to the fibrosis? Well, the main thing that you can do is to try and reduce that tension and improve the blood flow. And the best way to do this is with scalp massages. And also, just on a side note, you can also be blocking DHT, and that's a good idea to do, to block DHT if you've got aggressive hair loss. So the best way to do it is massage the scalp, get in there with your hands and your knuckles. And if that's tiring for you, you can always also use something called the Grow Band Pro, which is designed by engineers and scientists basically specifically to massage the scalp, to push it upwards, to squeeze it at the top, and to create pressure-induced vasodilation.